Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven, and today I'm going to be bringing you my brand new world of Diablo UI. As you can see, it's very intense and there is a whole lot of shit that goes into making this UI happen. There's going to be in the description box down below, I'll list basically all the add-ons I use and we'll go over them. So I'm going to skip ahead and I'm going to show you guys from on a brand new character how to set up the entire thing to make it nice and easy for you, so you're not sitting there working it out. And that's if you want it to look like this, and then of course from that point onwards you can tweak it however the fuck you want. So we'll skip ahead to that and I shall see you guys very soon. Alrighty guys, so we are back and I am on my mage window. I've landed in Dalaran. I'm in my class order hall, and as you can see right now, the whole thing just looks like a complete fucking mess right now. So we're going to set this thing up. I'm going to go over the add-ons quickly that you will need, and of course, like I said, they'll be in the description down below. But first you'll need Btex, you'll need Bagnon, Bartender 4, Mistra's Diablo Orbs, Recount, Sexy Map, RC Loot Council, Shadowed Unit Frames, and Deadly Boss Mods. So first thing I'll do whenever I set this thing up is usually I'll put fucking Recount, which is my DPS meter up here. I'll close this and then you go up to your map and you'll look for Bartender 4. Once you click that, with your left click will bring up this menu, and then right click will bring up the actual big one. Take bar snapping off because fuck that thing. And then you want to just move everything right up to the center here. Get it nice out of the way. Blizzard Arpa, always get rid of that unless you want to incorporate that somehow, but usually fuck that thing off. Micro menu, backspace, and bar 3 can also go fuck itself. Bar 4 can go up. And then you want to move your Mistra's Diablo Orbs, you just shift, click on it, the orb bit, and it'll move that up. So once you've got those up, now you close these, and the first thing we're going to want to do is set up our little thing down the bottom here. So you / Btex, and then menu. And I'll bring this up. You'll need to basically just put in the height and you put in the width, and then that will change how far it goes. So I'll put this down a little bit just to give you a quick shot. So for the height, it was 56, let's put it to 30. Click apply and see it's shorter now, and then you go back 56, apply skin, goes back up to whatever height. You can have that as big or as low as you want, depending on how much of the screen you want it to take up. Do that same for the width, so that way it goes right across. Now you want to go to choose a skin, and now for my customization, they have all these different ones, but you want to go down to demonic, and then hit for layer, do background, so recommended, apply that skin, and of course see, it changes right there. So apply, we'll do 612, yep, a little bit over, one more, 13, 15, there we go. And now for this, it's a little bit stretched out, so we'll put this up a little bit. Go 60, make it 65, make that a little bit better. So basically, yeah, you just configure this to whatever you want, whatever. Yep, that looks good for me. So you just want to do it to your specific, like, you know, your screen, whatever size your screen is, all that sort of shit. Once you got that done, that's the first step, close that. Alright, now what I usually do is I put my Diablo Orbs next. So I'll go up here, find this little icon, which is your Diablo Orbs. Go for the health, and then you want to change it to whatever color you want. So for this one, I usually do that as black. Put that as red right up the top for the health orbs. Save changes. Mana orb, do the exact same thing to however you want that done. Okay. Nice and blue. Save those changes. Alright. Now you want to go up here and you want to do the scaling. So however, once again, purely up to you. However big or small you want these orbs is up to you. So then I like putting that there. And this one down there. I usually move this up a little bit. And that's the orbs done. Okay. It's starting to take shape, as you can see. It's starting to look a little bit better. Still looks like clusterfuck, but we're getting there. Alright, next thing you want to do is start setting this up down here. So once again, left click, right click on your bartender, and it'll bring this up. Now, I don't use 5. So you got to work out once again whatever bars you use and stuff. I don't use 5, so I'll do that. And then my first bar, bring down here. Now you want to sort of like line this up. Like, I've done this enough now on many characters, so I sort of got the flow of what to do. For you, it will take just some getting used to and try and figure out what feels right for you. Once again, there's no set way to do this. This is just how I set mine up, so you can get a general sense of how to work all these little systems. But yeah, so once you get this, you go over here to bar 1, which is this one. Go to scale, and then I like to make that boom. And then once again, reposition it. If you have bar snapping on, it will see it like you can't, it snaps to the bar down below the bottom of the screen, so you want to make sure that's off in order to do this. And then yep, boom, And then padding, just line it up so that way it looks like it's sort of in there, the best you could possibly get. Nice. Alright, and then from there you want to do the same for bar 6. Put that on top, move this down a little bit. And then bar 6, here we go. Same thing, match that up. Nice. Alright, then we want to do bag bar. And then you put that to whatever size you like. I like mine a bit bigger. And then you want to chuck that, boom, down there. Micro menu usually just slots in nice there. And then you want to put your pet bar. Once again, this one purely comes down to where you like it. I usually chuck it up around about either there, or up here. And then I usually chuck the extra action bar and the vehicle bar down here. So that is that. And then last bar over here, we go to 4. So you go rows, you put this down like that, and then you chuck it in the middle there. Nice and simple. And then you close that, lock it in. That's that done. Now we've got 3 more things to do, and then we're pretty much set up. So my recount, I spread that out like that, and I put that down here, and that is nice and neat. As you know, for this, you go background. I usually just put this straight to black, and then that's how I get that to be black, and then the writing is just whatever the writing is. Alright, now we've got to do our sexy map, so we'll bring this down here, and then if you go into interface, add-ons, you'll have them all here, and you go sexy map. So here you want to do the size of it, so borders, and then you got the fade, which is that basically in the middle there, changes the color of the middle to whatever you want. So you can either get rid of it, make it nice big, whatever. I'm going to chuck it as like a blue, keep it like that. The rune 1 is the middle rune, so I'm going to keep that as a bit of a go. That seems like cool. We'll go for some green. And then the outer rune, I usually turn this off. So boom, there we go. Right down to the middle, turn that one off because it looks neater like that. Then you go to the clock, change the clock to whatever you want. Font color, border color. And same with the coordinates, you can do the whole thing, and then I just usually do zone text. Do the same thing, so it's nice and neat. There we go. Then you want to go up to, where was it? Sexy map here, scale, and then you want to make that big, so that way it fits into your circle, however big you've made your circle. Alright, so that's sexy map done. Return to game. Now the very last one, which takes a little bit of jigging around, is you type /SUF, enter, and you'll get this screen right here. So this is your shadow unit frames. This is your little portrait here. Okay, so when I click unlock frame, a lot of shit's gonna go fucking everywhere. Alright, so don't freak out when that happens. That's just basically so you can set up everything from your targets to your groups to your raids to your bosses, the whole thing. So click, boom, and it's gonna look like that. Okay, so now if I close this, you can now move everything to however you want. So you got your target here whenever you click on someone, you got yourself, you got your pet. So there's 2 pet bars, so you can do whichever one you want, the bartender or this one. So you can chuck that there. I usually put my party up in the corner here. I put the bosses that we're going to be fighting. I usually chuck that here. It can get a little cluttered in raids. Once again, if you don't like any of this stuff, you can just go into SUF and turn it off. It just comes down to basically, yeah, your preference on whether you want a minimalist, sort of try and minimalize it as much as you can, or if you don't mind there being lots of stuff on your screen and you can focus. Alright, here we got basically this is your raid group. You can put your entire raid group there. You can limit how many bars there are. It's all in SUF. Just have a fuck around with it and see what you want. And then there's battleground here. So it's an arena. So because you can't be in a battleground and an arena at once, usually I'll chuck the raid up here, and then either one of these ones will be popping up, and it just sorts itself out. But yeah, so that's all good. I usually make sure these are the ones I want to focus on, because these ones and the party are the ones that's going to be around the most. Once you've done that, lock the frames, and boom, it's all done. But if you go back into SUF just quickly, you have your global, which you can basically check the units. You got your player, and once again, for 3D portrait, you can have just a class icon. You can have your 2D, or you can have 3D, and why I like 3D, you can put whatever position, left, right. The good thing about this is, it's whatever the fuck suits you. You can change the height and all that sort of stuff, the bars, and then you can go down to, I'm pretty sure, profiles, or is it general? Colors. Yeah, you can change all the colors of when you're casting, all the classes as well. So if I go, where's mage? Here. Cool, I want mage to be red now. It's red. I want it to be purple. It's purple. See, full range to do whatever the fuck you want and really make this your own. I'm going to keep that as teal for now. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. And once you got it done, you're set. And then you got all your key bindings. Just keep in mind one little thing. Once you do your bartender for your key bindings, so stuff up here is key binded. So I'll pop my shield, but it doesn't actually show the numbers up there. So you make sure you memorize where you're putting stuff where. I think that's R, yeah, see? And then you can basically sort yourself out, but you won't have the visual aid if you need the visual aid, so keep that in mind. But apart from that, done. That is my World of Diablo UI. It looks clustered as fuck when you first get into it. Once you got it set up and everything, like I said, you can do the scaling for the whole thing. But I absolutely love this thing. It's so cool. Some people go, why do you have like 2 fucking health pools and 2 mana pools? Honestly, I only look at these anyway. I keep these here just because they fucking look cool. The orbs look fucking sick. But yeah, so that's basically my World of Diablo UI. Please, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. So guys, I kind of forgot to go over 2 little add-ons in this video just to show you. So I thought, fuck it, I'll record this and I'll add it on at the end. So what Bagnon looks like is right here. It basically just makes your entire bags, puts into this nice little square here. Keeps it easy to have to open up all your different little fucking bags as you go along. And as you can see, it says how much gold you have here on all your characters and everything, how much space you have. And yeah, it's just a fucking awesome bag add-on. Now, the last thing I want to add on was this right here. As you can see, when you hover over a spell, you have in your like bottom right hand corner, it says basically your little tooltip bar that says what the spells do and everything. It's covering your map, right, which is kind of fucking annoying. So there's a add-on called Move Anything, where you can get that and you can move that little add-on tooltip and you can put it up here. You can put it basically wherever you want on the screen, as well as other little bits and pieces. There's certain things because of the bartender and stuff that it will fuck around with, but it gives you a chance to move that tooltip, and that's pretty much the only other way you can do that. Or you can just turn the tooltip off if you don't need tooltips anymore. But yeah, I just thought I'd add that on the end. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I shall see you next time.